Well, that is a picture. Michael Clemens coming in. See, you can see under my, well, you can't really see, but he's got a baseball bat in his right hand, no shirt on. Now, there is cameras, so I think this might have been shot for Hard Knocks, first day of training camp, and they said he won day one of training camp. No shirt on, baseball bat. He's ready to play. I had a picture of, hey, Chris has joined the show today. Chris, Olympia Gym, he's getting so ready for the event September 22nd in Verona, New Jersey that he can't wait. He's pumped. He said it's blowing up. And you know what? He looked pretty good with a shirt on. Well, he still does. I mean, Chris is playing tennis 6 days a week. He's lifting in he's got a goal. He's got Olympia Gym in his house. Olympia Gym too. But that is a look. Showing up first day, ready to play. You're saying, hey, Jets are here. We're ready, and it is go time. Yeah, the baseball bat might be a little much, but hey, cameras, you got to sell Hard Knocks. He's ready to, he's locked in. He's focused. He's hungry. He's driven. He's got the black shades on. No bullshit with this guy. He is ready to go. Hey, and there's a picture of Rodgers first, with his, in the Jets uniform. It looks like it's a glamour shot, but it's all right. It's all right. That's a picture I was going to use today, but I thought this Clemens shot was just too good to pass up. Yeah, I mean, look, this goofy smile from Aaron Rodgers. Hey, yeah. So I saw that and I was like, all right. Now I read Marcus Mosher had posted about that Mike Shanahan, the coach of the Raiders, didn't work. 2 Super Bowls with the Broncos, and then 4 years with the Redskins. They were the Redskins back then. Kind of everything went to shit after that. But Marcus Mosher said, blame Mike Shanahan and the analytics community for the running back market. So I said, you know what? Let me do a deep dive. Oh, first off, Denzel Mims is going to be, if they can't find a trade partner, they'll waive him. But, I was seeing, Jason Over the Cap said, if they can get even a late round pick a couple years ahead, a couple years down the road, that's still a win with Mims, who isn't playing that much. So I keep hearing last year he's done, the year before he's complaining about playing time. Let him go somewhere and let's see what he can do if he gets some targets and everything. See if he can get things done. But I decided to look up Shanahan's, running back situation, because he had a lot of, in 14 years, he had Davis from 95 through 98, and they won 97, 98, they won the Super Bowls. Then he had Orlando Scary for a season. Then he went Mike Anderson for 2, then Portis for 2, then Reuben Drones for a season, then back to Mike Anderson came back in 2005. So Mike Anderson had over 1,000 yards, well, actually had 1,000 yards in 2000, then went down to 678, and Davis had 701. That was the end of Davis's career. Then they brought Portis in, who had 2 huge years. Then Drones at 1240. Then Anderson came back at 1,014, and that was the 1 year where they lost the AFC Championship game to the Steelers that season. And then 2006 was Tatum Bell. He had over 1,000. And then his last 2 years, Selvin Young and Travis Henry both had over 600 yards. And then 2008, 8-8 last season, Peyton Hillis. I mean, he did. It seemed like I thought there was more running back every season, but he kind of stayed with he had a workhorse he had, and there were a couple seasons. I mean, Portis did have 2 monster seasons, had over 3,000 yards in 2 seasons with the Broncos, and Anderson, Gary had over 1,100. Anderson then had almost 1,500 yards one season, and Davis had 4 straight seasons of 1,000 yards. He had a 2,000 yard season in 98. And then kind of went down, but had a hell of a run. I was just like, I had to look that up. I had to say, yeah, he did have a lot of running backs during his time with the Broncos. So I went to look that up. Saquon could do a fuck you to the Giants and sit out this year, but isn't it a fuck you to himself? That means he turns down $10.1 million. I mean, to me, that feels like that's a fuck you to himself. Like, why would he turn this down? Now, I saw Draymond Green was on the Patrick Beverley podcast and basically said that there are things you don't say, and it wasn't a one-time thing. It had been festering. It had been lingering. It wasn't just triggered. It was numerous things. And, I read some stuff which I thought was kind of, another, someone put it more succinctly where they said that he basically, has to, another thing he has to say. Wait, I want to see what he said. Yeah. Another, yeah. What did he say? What did he say? Yeah, that he basically was like, justify what he did, basically. And Anthony Poole, Jordan Poole's dad said, he said, I'll stand on the, he said, he basically said, that's some BS. JP was his guy, talking about Draymond, and he avoided me all last year. He said that Draymond's a soft-ass bitch, and I'm standing on this, and he didn't apologize to me and my wife, so he lame, and he can meet me anytime he wants. Damn. But yeah, Draymond just has to keep talking. Yeah, that said, I just don't hit people. We know stuff that you don't say amongst men. So what did you say amongst men? What was the thing that he said that really triggered him that he had to say? Did he talk about his wife? Did he talk about something, his manhood or something? He must have said something. And Draymond's the veteran. So, he had to punch him? Not other teams' guys are punching each other. And Draymond just likes talking. He really does. And, hey, he got the new deal. Jordan's out. Jordan will get to be one of the main guys with the Wizard, and we'll see what happens. But I like that that Jordan's dad said, I'll meet you anytime and you want to settle this like men, then let's do it. You went after my son, and you sucker punched him. It was a sucker punch. And season was a mess, but not enough of a mess that they didn't bring him back. I guess they decided to go with keep the guys, and in the end, Poole is gone. I thought they were playing around Poole's playing time a lot last season, starting, bench, starting. And he, take